Welcome to the Amber Shows. Got a little story for you. I was actually at Donald Trump's private birthday party about 15 years ago. My really close male friend, Barry Telesnik, he was the personal photographer for Ivana Trump, which was Donald Trump's first wife and the mother of his 3 children. Well, Barry called me, says, you want to come? I can bring you to Donald Trump's actual birthday party because I'll be working while I'm there. And I'm like, oh my God. So we went to, it was at Atlantic City. It was at Donald Trump's hotel. It was at the Trump Palace. And it was on the roof. And it was amazing. I was the only black person there. And everyone else was white. The white men loved me. Barry and I, it was a pool party. They had a pool up on the roof. Donald Trump had, he had a private fireworks show. He had fountains and fountains around the whole roof. Fountains of Dom Perignon, just pouring out of these big, huge faucets, like almost. And there were fountains. And he also had big stations set up where you could just get that. Where he had butlers and chefs all around, and they would serve you prime rib, the biggest shrimps. I'd never seen this big. Lobster. He had hot dogs. His hot dogs were as good as the prime rib. The champagne was flowing. Butlers were serving you. Cake was melting in your mouth. Every type of dessert. He had a private fireworks show that night. I remember us leaning over the railing and saying, looking down the boardwalk, saying, look at all the poor people down there. I actually remember saying that, which I'm ashamed of, but it was like a joke. But I can also say that Donald never grabbed the pussy. But it was really fun. He had a karaoke back then. I think karaoke might have just been, like coming out and being fun. I remember doing karaoke. I did Respect. I wore a leopard swimsuit with a leopard tie way before my time. Turned it out. Well, anyway, I did the karaoke singing Aretha Franklin's Respect. And I remember the white people clapping and saying, well, you got to come out your shell, Amber, because I wasn't shy at all. I don't think I've ever been shy. Okay, I just want to tell a little story. And also Donald, all the he gave gift baskets when you left, gift bags, and he had champagne in the gift bag with his name, Donald Trump, as the label on the champagne, and his birthday. I think his birthday's June 4th, I believe. So okay. So anyway, I just want to tell the story. I have been around the Donald. Had no idea. Can you imagine that one day that he would be the president of the United States? Who would ever think that? Now that he's president, he has no idea, because I don't believe he ever believed that he was going to win. I thought it was all a joke for him. It would be part of a TV show. And then to win, now he doesn't know what to do. The worst thing he has done is hired Bannon. Bannon is he's a known racist, and he's hired him as he called him his equal. And how can Bannon be his equal when that means Bannon's president? You can't have an equal if you're the president. So this guy is going to be feeding him all information and giving him the advice and the go-ahead and the no-ahead on everything. So this is a scary situation with this guy in his corner. But we're going to see what's going to happen. Omarosa, who was supposed to be the ambassador for the black people, she said in an interview that she lost all her friends and family members, and everybody was against her because she stuck behind because she stuck behind Trump, and that now she believes that Trump, she said in her own words that Trump will never forget the people who did not back him in this race for the president. And so she's saying that, in other words, he is he's one of those people that gets you back, holds grudges, things like that. And they questioned her about that. She said she was just saying that's what she felt. But Omarosa is one big fool. Last night, I wonder if you guys got to see the celebration for the Obamas, them leaving the White House. Sad situation. I wish Obama could be president forever. We need to throw a coup and let him be president. But President Obama and Michelle Obama and their children, they actually made it available to so many of African Americans to come into the White House, be around them, personalize with them, help with their charities or things that they're interested in, or just for entertainment as well. President Obama has a lot of friends now, including Jay-Z and Beyonce. I mean, Kanye. They've all been to the White House. You know, that's a beautiful thing. Many actors, and to China Arnold, my friend, she's been there. I mean, there's so many people who've actually, like, you know, had one-on-ones with the president or sat in his company. Look at how he went to the chicken house in Washington. He was just a down-to-earth person. Michelle helped get these kids on a better diet and stop the obesity and the childhood diabetes. They raised their daughters as prime examples as how young ladies and black people should be. So it's a beautiful thing. And in the meantime, you're moving in Donald Trump, who has 3 baby mamas and has a wife that has pictures all over the internet of her being completely nude and being in a photo op with another female in a lesbian pose. So, you know, this is where you're going from, like, something really good to something, you know, that's Sodom and Gomorrah almost. So if President Obama had come into that, he would have never got elected if he had 3 baby mamas, and Michelle would have never lived it down had she had naked pictures out on the internet. Also, one bad thing too is that the Obamas, Joe Biden and his family, the one good thing about them is that they're leaving. Well, it's a bad thing that they're leaving, but they were really, really good people. Joe Biden, you can just see it in his face and in his heart. He was a good person. He was a great right-hand man for our president, and I wish him and his wife well. Also, did you guys hear about the mayor in West Virginia, where she, her name is Beverly Whitley. She was on a text message or email with Pamela Taylor, and Pamela Taylor said that she's glad that the Obamas are leaving because Michelle Obama, she felt, was ugly and looked like a monkey. She was like, I'm tired of seeing a monkey in heels. And the mayor in this part of West Virginia, Beverly Whitley, she says, she agreed with her. She was like, you're right on point. I agree with that. So they're calling for both of them to be fired. Like the little town in West Virginia that Beverly Whitley is from, it's only 400 people anyway. So they're all sisters, brothers, cousins anyway. Detroit police are killing a lot of dogs. What's going on? You know, I love my dogs now. Come on. Although I do admit, even though I love dogs and I love cats, I am frightened of pit bulls and Rottweilers. We owned a Doberman Pinscher for 12 years, and my family, we loved him. His name was Hitman, named after Tommy Hearns from my home, Detroit. But and he was just a little spoiled brat, even though he was this big. But pit bulls, you know, they have been raised by so many fools that their DNA, you don't know what's going on with them. And if you do get bitten by one, they lock, and it's, you know, you have to like almost shoot them to get them off of you. So, but Detroit police and the Rottweilers are known to be great dogs, but they're also known, if you ever think about getting one, they say not to have them if you have children, unless those children are raised from a little child and the Rottweiler is raised from a puppy at the same time, because Rottweilers are known to change on you too. So, but for some reason in Detroit, police officers are killing lots of dogs. So far this year in Detroit, 26 dogs have been killed in Detroit. And they're saying because when they go in for raids in people's homes or whatever, they have these dogs, so they're saying that they have to kill the dogs. But one lady who is has a lawsuit, is involved at this time in Detroit, she's saying that they did come in for a warrant for her, but the warrant, they kicked her door down for, the warrant was actually for marijuana, and she didn't show up at court. And she told the officers she was putting her dogs up. She had 3 pit bulls. She put one in the basement, one in the kitchen, and one in the bathroom, locked door, and another one in another room. Anyway, those officers, when they did come in to arrest her, they kicked in other doors in her house, and when they kicked in the bathroom door that she locked her dog in, they killed him. Then they went down in the basement, they killed that dog, which she had locked that dog up for his protection, and they killed another dog. So, I mean, they got spray. You can spray the dogs or tase the dogs, but you don't have to kill them if they don't have any, especially this lady who's saying that, she had put her 3 dogs up. So, also, there starts the new neo-degeneration starts as early as 10 years before. So this is what happens when you have Alzheimer's. You can find out about Alzheimer's if you think that you might, or someone you know might be getting it. It usually starts 10 years before, so it's a 10-year degeneration of time where you're not even really noticing it. But they're saying to test if you may have some problems with memory loss, where it could be degenerative brain cells due to Alzheimer's coming on you. It's a sense of smell that you lose first. So it's important, get something and see if you can smell it. Blindfold yourself. I think this is my garbage man coming. I gotta stop for now. I'll be right back. She's gonna interrupt us.